Well, it's that time of year again that many of us make New Year's resolutions. And how many times have we made New Year's resolutions that we will read our Bible every day, or read a chapter every day, or read through the entire Bible in a year, which would be 3 to 4 chapters a day? And like most New Year's resolutions, we get distracted and we don't always follow through on what we really wanted to do. I've recently learned that posting regular updates to a YouTube channel is a great way to hold myself accountable. So one of the reasons I created this channel is to hold myself accountable for reading through the entire Bible in 2024. No exceptions, no excuses. The other reason I created this channel is I believe there's a serious knowledge gap in our culture between what people think the Bible says and what it actually says. In the book of Hosea, God said, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." The only way to be sure that you really know what the Bible says is to read it yourself, one book at a time. And when you are done, read it again. Because as we learn and grow, we see things that we didn't see before. Now, I've enjoyed various Bible studies over the years, but my favorite way to experience the Bible is just to read it for myself and see what it says to me that day. My hope is that this channel will allow you to experience the Bible in a new way, without any preaching or doctrine or commentary or out of context verses thrown about here and there. We are just reading the Bible one chapter at a time. To get through the entire Bible in a year, we need to read 3 chapters a day on most days and 4 chapters a day every now and then. This should take about 15 to 20 minutes a day. And if that's a bigger commitment than what you're ready for right now, that's okay. I've organized the reading plan into 3 distinct tracks. So we'll be reading 1 chapter, sometimes 2, from each of 3 different books every day. And you choose the ones you want to follow. For example, on January 1st, I'll be reading from Genesis 1, Psalms 1, John 1. On January 2nd, I'll be reading from Genesis chapter 2, Psalms chapter 2, and John chapter 2, and so on. So here's the green track. The green track is the first 14 books of the Old Testament, and that is Genesis all the way through 2nd Chronicles, and that will take an entire year just for the green track. The yellow track covers most of the Old Testament books that are not covered in the green track, starting with Psalms, and that also will take a whole year. The purple track is all of the New Testament books and some of the Old Testament books that are not covered in either the green or the yellow track. So to get the whole Old Testament, you really do need to get pieces from, you need all the green track, all the yellow track, and parts of the purple track. Purple track, you're going to get all of the New Testament. So I'll post a video from each of these 3 tracks every day at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time beginning January 1st. Don't be too impressed. I've preloaded several days worth to keep us on track if my production schedule should be interrupted for any reason. We'll have 1 playlist for each book and 1 playlist for each track. So if you miss a day or 2, you'll be able to catch up with your track. I'm reading from the New King James Version this year. And if you have a different version that you like to read, you might enjoy reading your version along with me. Word about comments. I enjoy hearing what others gain from a verse or a chapter because they may see something that I didn't notice that gives a greater dimension to the chapter than what I would have gained on my own. So I invite you to post your comments, your insights from the chapter in the comments, and we could share and grow and learn together, and I would really like that. Your comments should speak to what you personally saw in that chapter that spoke to your life. Comments that criticize other people or denominations or groups of people will be deleted. This isn't about what others are thinking or believing or doing. We aren't here to change anyone's mind about what they believe or think or do. This channel is just about reading the Bible and reflecting on how it applies to each of us personally. I would love it if you would come along with me on this journey, and I will see you Monday morning at 4 a.m.